acknowledging, and growing as curious caregivers. And that's what you're doing here in this room.
So, only one parenting style can end up on top. Next time, more challenges and, yes, a vote. As we search for America's best parenting styles, Back Row, next episode, you will need to decide which of our first 3 front row parents will go through to the semifinals. And brace yourself, it will be your turn in the hot seat soon enough.
I thought the new age style was interesting. I just get a little concerned that not having some of the more traditional things that kids need are going to be detrimental to the well-being of those kids.
With the routine style, I think it was cool to have that point system.
I just wonder sometimes if they are willing to deviate from the routine.
I feel like the intensive parenting style with Juliet takes a parent that can really help her realize her goals.
Natural doesn't mean that you don't have rules and boundaries for them.
They say that they're meeting the child where they are, but I feel like they're keeping the child where they are.
It's serious and it's high stakes, and this is actually like being a parent. Unrelenting and no days off.
Jimmy Scott, Brendan Fraser, plus music from Weezer. All new Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight.
Next time on The Parent Test, the back row has a decision to make. But first, our front row parents must face a fresh round of daunting challenges. What would our kids do if a stranger knocked on the front door?
Hi.
Can I come in real quick?
How can any parent prepare their child against their worst nightmare?
What happens to our babies? I have 6, and I only have 2.
Tonight on News Watch 12 at 11. The Medford City Council will consider whether to raise a public safety fee to help local first responders expand their services.
It's keeping our fire engines available for the fire emergencies, for the motor vehicle accidents, for the rescue calls, for the more high priority call types.
Frigid temperatures to start off your Friday. Also freezing fog, an issue for our inland valleys. We'll talk more about your Friday and what to expect for this weekend, all coming up.
And a winter surge of viruses is upon us, according to health officials. We'll hear the best ways to keep your family safe as we approach the holidays. That and more coming up tonight on News Watch 12 at 11, which starts right now.
Watching out for you. This is News Watch 12 at 11.
As we approach the holidays, some of you might be traveling and some are gathering with friends and family, but a warning tonight from health officials as a triple-demic could put a wrench into some of those plans. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Haley Gravitt. Oregon is seeing a steady increase of COVID cases tonight. The Oregon Health Authority is out with its monthly COVID report, and it shows that COVID cases are on the rise. You can see here on this graph that several counties are now seeing numbers above normal, including in Benton County. There were more than 15,000 new cases in November. That's a 13% increase from October. The OHA says that they're starting to see an increase of outbreaks in care facilities and senior living communities. It's up 40%. Meanwhile, deaths are on the decline. And the White House COVID-19 response coordinator says that it's up to the American people how bad or good the winter ends up being.
Here's what we know. We've seen in each of the last 2 winters, COVID cases rise up. We're seeing, obviously, we're in the middle of probably the worst flu season in a decade. And we've got a lot of RSV out there still. So what happens next is very much up to us, Anna. I think if people go out and get their flu vaccine, if people go out and get their updated COVID vaccines, things will be much better. Obviously, if that doesn't happen, then there's more concern and more risk out there.
In new at 11 tonight, the Senate passed the sweeping annual defense authorization bill tonight by a vote of 83 to 11. The legislation authorizes $858 billion in national defense funding and rescinds the U.S. military's COVID vaccine mandate. A nearly 5% pay raise for service members is included, along with provisions to strengthen air power and cybersecurity capabilities. The Senate bill also bolsters support for Ukraine and NATO. Since it had already passed the House, it now goes to President Biden's desk for his signature. And now we're turning to Storm Watch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to give us a look at conditions outside. Yeah. Brr, is it cold out?
Yeah, it is cold. Jack Frost nipping at our nose. Take a look in Klamath Falls. Seeing more of that freezing fog in the basin tonight. We're on the north end here of Klamath Falls from the Sky Lakes Medical Center, but you look south, you can see that fog, and visibility is down to a quarter of a mile at the airport. 9 degrees only. It's 27 in Medford, 38 degrees in Brookings, and 21 in Montague. For inland areas, this will likely be our coldest night yet as far as temperatures are concerned. Also seeing reductions in air quality, unhealthy for sensitive groups in Grants Pass, moderate in Medford, Klamath Falls, and Wairika. And with this pattern looking to stick around through the weekend, just not a lot of mixing, a very strong inversion, dry weather, calm conditions. The air stagnation advisory for the region has been extended now until 10 p.m. Sunday, so we'll still see some reduced and poor air quality at times right through this weekend. Tonight, cold, down to 25 in Medford, 4 in Klamath Falls. Some spots east of the Cascades will drop below 0. More morning valley clouds and freezing fog throughout our west side and east side valleys. We should see that decrease throughout the day, much like today. We'll take a closer look at your Friday forecast and talk more about the weekend coming up.
Matt, thank you. And in a severe weather alert for the third day this week, the city of Medford has extended its severe weather declaration. This extension allows the city to open up a warming shelter tonight, where in Medford, as Matt just mentioned, temperatures are chilly. Tonight could be one of the coldest nights yet. The warming shelter is located at the Old Kelly Shelter at 332 West 6th Street. It is open now and closes at 8:30 tomorrow morning. And today, the Medford City Council is considering whether to raise a public safety fee to help local first responders expand their services. The Medford Police Department says in the fee increase that it would help the department increase its staffing and improve its livability team. The Medford Fire Department says this would help fund its existing programs as well as all teams prioritizing every call that comes in. But regardless of what the City Council decides, Chief Eric Thompson says he's grateful for the opportunity.
Both of us as chiefs, we're very appreciative that we even have this opportunity to create a strategic plan and present it to our council. You know, we're just fortunate to be a part of a community that supports public safety the way it does.
And Chief Justin Ivins with the Medford Police Department echoes Chief Thompson's appreciation for the local community.
I second that. Medford is very supportive, and I think we don't take that for granted, and we truly try to put the best product of public safety out there every single day. We got some amazing men and women that work for our departments.
Medford residents already pay a monthly utility fee, and public safety is included as one of those services. Local public safety entities are proposing about a $2 monthly increase over a 6-year period. Now, the increase in the public safety fee isn't the only thing that the Medford City Council considered tonight. The council also considering purchasing the Redwood Inn from Rogue Retreat. Since 2021, Rogue Retreat began renovating the inn to use as emergency housing for Alameda fire victims and other people in need. But in March of 2022, renovation efforts were suspended because of a lack of funding. If it takes over the Redwood Inn, the city would assume responsibility for securing the funding needed to complete the renovation, which would be about $1.4 million. In your voice, your vote coverage tonight, Secretary of State Shemia Fagan has certified the 2022 general election. Fagan called this election smooth and secure and said it's a testament to Oregon's vote by mail system. She says proponents of the 2020 election conspiracy brought on by former President Donald Trump have eroded public trust and increased violence against election workers. Fagan says this conspiracy theory puts America's self-governance at risk. Voter turnout was at a 66.9%. That's among the top voter turnout within the entire country. And right now, the Bend Police Department is asking for the Medford community's help in a missing persons case. This is 34-year-old Nadeta Aguilar. Bend police say that she went missing sometime between Tuesday and yesterday. She was found safe last night in Shady Cove, but police are trying to find out if any crime happened before she was located. Police say that she was wearing a white winter jacket, jeans, and black shoes when she went missing. If you have any information on what might have happened to her, please call the Bend Police Department. That number is listed at the bottom of your screen. And police in Central Point are asking for the public's help in finding suspects in a vandalism case at the Central Point Cemetery. Police say that between 1 p.m. on Tuesday and 3:15 p.m. yesterday, the cemetery was vandalized. Several headstones were damaged, and they're asking anyone with information to call the Central Point Police Department. They're also asking for residents who live in the nearby area to check any security cameras. In a consumer alert tonight, the national gas price average keeps declining, and with an average of $3.19, it could be headed into the $2 range soon. But here at home, we still have a lot of catching up to do to be in line with the U.S.'s average. Let's take a look at what it'll cost you around the region tonight. Over in Jackson County, residents are paying an average of $3.91 per gallon. Josephine County's average has increased slightly, now at $4.13. Curry County has stayed the same today. The cost there is $4.62. And today, Klamath County joined Jackson County in a $3 range, now looking at $3.97 a gallon. Lake County at $4.08. And in Northern California, Siskiyou County, it's going to cost you $4.55. And after a 3-month hiatus, the Biden administration is making 4 rapid tests available as a winter surge of viruses is expected. We'll have more coming up. But now we're taking a live look out at Ashland. This view is brought to you by the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, all a part of our Newswatch 12 Weather Cam network. Watching out for you on this Thursday night. This is Newswatch 12 at 11.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans in, sweaters out, towels in, comforters out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Ashland Appliance and Mattress. Come see us at our new location in the Ashland Shopping Center.
Honey, are you throwing the throw pillows?
Relaxing to watch TV can be hard.
Remember how they stack.
Okay. Actually, watching TV?
HBO app.
It's easy with Dish.
Honey, are you on the boudoir cushion?
What's a boudoir cushion?
Live TV and streaming apps together with Dish. Tuned in to you.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, carefully knead dough. Step 2, artfully spread sauce. Step 3, add fresh mozzarella and assemble toppings. Step 4, realize we already did all that for you, so all you have to do is bake it. For a limited time only, get the Hog Heaven Pizza with Canadian bacon, ground sausage, and crispy bacon. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans in, sweaters out, towels in, comforters out. You decide. Whirlpool.
Ashland Appliance and Mattress. Come see us at our new location in the Ashland Shopping Center.
Watching out for you. This is Newswatch 12 at 11.
Tonight, with just 10 days before Christmas, the new warnings about the flu and the spike in COVID. The Biden administration revealing Americans can now get free testing kits again. Here's Ariel Reshef.
With that perfect storm of viruses straining so many hospitals across the country, the White House today unveiling its winter COVID plan.
The key is this: we don't want this winter to look like last winter or the winter before.
So the government is once again offering each household up to 4 free tests through its covidtest.gov website and telling people to get their flu and COVID shots ahead of the holidays. In San Diego County, Tristan Tamborelli was so sick with 2 strains of the flu, he had to be airlifted to the hospital. The 10-year-old, who has underlying health conditions, was put on a ventilator. 2 weeks later, he's still in the ICU.
I was scared that he wasn't going to make it.
Tristan hadn't yet received his flu shot when he got sick. His dad is urging other families to get vaccinated.
I'd hate to see anybody else have to go through this.
And tonight, the World Health Organization is tracking another threat, an uptick in rare but invasive strep A infections among children that can be life-threatening. Hospitals in at least 4 states are reporting an uptick in strep cases. And doctors say that deadly strep infections are extremely rare, but to reach out to your child's pediatrician if your child has a sore throat for more than a couple of days, seems to be having trouble swallowing, a concerning rash, a fever, or is just simply not acting like themselves. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Now let's turn over to Storm Watch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to give us a look at what our conditions are like outside right now.
Well, temperatures are tumbling. It's in the 20s now in Grants Pass. Take a live look, a view of Caveman Bridge. You can see in the distance there, we're seeing visibility dropping. Some of that freezing fog is starting to form. Visibility currently at 6 miles. And because we cleared out this afternoon, I do believe that freezing fog will be more widespread in West Side and East Side valleys, down to a quarter-mile visibility in Klamath Falls. And with this freezing fog, we'll likely get more of this. It is beautiful. It's rime ice, and this was in Weed this morning, so it wasn't just the basin. It did spread into some of the valleys of Siskiyou County. Just some beautiful photos that we've been getting in of some of this rime ice, and it's because of the freezing fog. It accumulates these kind of spiky ice crystals on basically everything, fences, trees, and we could see more of that tonight, as we will have the cold temperatures, the clear skies, and the very light winds to develop that freezing fog. Check out temperatures: 26 degrees in Jacksonville. We're down to 28 in Ashland, 27 in Medford. Not as cold to the coast. Temperatures in the 30s, balmy comparatively speaking. 24 right now in Wairika. We made it down to 21 in Montague, and we've dipped into the teens now in Mount Shasta and Doris. East of the Cascades, look at these numbers: 9 in Klamath Falls, 1 degree in Bly and Beatty, and we're below 0 in Lakeview, 1 degrees below 0. Cold. And then on top of that, with the calm conditions, the inversion, and just not a lot of mixing, we have some drops in air quality out there. Moderate air quality in Medford, Wairika, Mount Shasta, over for the east side as well, and unhealthy for sensitive group air quality in Grants Pass and Cave Junction. The air stagnation advisory has been extended now through 10 p.m. Sunday. We're just not going to see much change in our weather through the weekend. So tonight, cold temperatures, very cold, frigid for the east side, and areas of freezing fog and low clouds in our west side and east side valleys. The mountains were pretty breezy today. There's a little bit of a breeze out there tonight. Those winds will come down a bit as we go through the day tomorrow. I do expect low clouds and fog to break up in the Rogue Valley, just like what we saw today, and through many of the rest of our valleys. And if we can see enough sunshine, temperatures boosting up into the 40s, a high of 44 in Medford, up to 38 in Wairika, and 26 in Klamath Falls. Still pretty chilly throughout the region. The coast, though, mild with sunshine, 52 degrees in Brookings. Tomorrow evening, it's going to be quiet in the evening, just cold temperatures if you have any holiday parties going on. But do be advised, we will see more freezing fog likely tomorrow night, and that's going to be the trend through the weekend. Decreasing clouds through the days, and temperatures staying on the chilly side in the Rogue Valley with cold nights. Plenty of sunshine and pretty pleasant temperatures compared to inland areas for the coast into this weekend. And it looks like we could see a change in our weather next week with the return of some rain and snow chances, but snow levels look to go up with some milder air moving into the region through the middle of next week. The coast, very sunny the next couple of days. Northern California, cold nights, freezing fog in the valleys. Those afternoons will still be pretty chilly as well, though, through the weekend. Notice that warm up as we head through next week. The Klamath Basin, the nights will stay very frigid right through this weekend. The daytimes are going to be pretty cold as well. And then for the Cascades and Siskiyous, winds coming down. They'll be lighter this weekend. Plenty of sunshine through the weekend to enjoy some of that snowpack up in the mountains. And then for the Rogue Valley, nights will stay cold. Air quality will be an issue as well through the weekend with freezing fog to start each morning, and then maybe some wet weather to look forward to. We definitely need the rain and snow coming up next week.